emphasize how separate geopolitical events are currently converging into a larger, more complex set of tensions. We are seeing that convergence in Iraq. Late Tuesday, the U.S. military and Saudi Arabia launched joint airstrikes against Iranian-backed militias, targeting infrastructure used by proxies in the region. U.S. Central Command stated the mission was a direct response to an attack on American forces in Jordan the previous Friday, which resulted in the deaths of 2 service members and the medical evacuation of 4 others. These kinetic actions overseas immediately redirect national security priorities. They force a rapid reallocation of federal resources and intelligence assets, shifting the focus of the domestic government toward managing a volatile international landscape. While the military is engaged abroad, the leadership at home is in transition. The Senate has confirmed Jay Clayton as the new Director of National Intelligence, placing him at the head of the U.S. spy network. Simultaneously, a new wave of partisan friction has emerged following Senator Rand Paul's release of over 1,000 pages of Dr. Anthony Fauci's private diaries from the pandemic era. These documents are expected to serve as the primary evidence in an upcoming Senate hearing, focusing on how federal institutions manage and communicate during large-scale national emergencies. This institutional friction is occurring alongside a sudden leadership vacuum in the Senate. Senator Lindsey Graham died suddenly this week from an aortic tear, ending a decades-long career in Washington. At his state funeral, former President Trump delivered the eulogy, highlighting the significant influence Graham held over the Republican Party and the nation's foreign policy. When military action, intelligence leadership, and legislative seats all shift at once, the federal apparatus enters a state of high-level flux. This period of transition at the top often makes it more difficult to address the technical and biological vulnerabilities that begin to surface in our daily infrastructure. One of those vulnerabilities became clear this week when American Airlines initiated a nationwide ground stop, halting all flight operations and stranding thousands of passengers. The paralysis was caused by a severe IT outage, impacting all facilities, including the Air Traffic Control System Command Center, freezing the nation's aviation network. This event demonstrates that our physical freedom of movement is now tied to a complex digital backbone. When a single point failure occurs in that IT infrastructure, the resulting gridlock is immediate and total. While digital systems faced outages, the nation's food supply faced a biological threat. A cyclospora outbreak has now been confirmed across 9 separate states, causing severe illness. An FDA traceback investigation identified the source as iceberg lettuce from Taylor Farms, grown and processed in central Mexico before being distributed to U.S. markets. The FDA has responded by increasing targeted import surveillance at the border and implementing a broad recall for any remaining product in the supply chain. This outbreak highlights the risks inherent in globalized agriculture. A localized contamination event in Mexico can, through modern trade networks, become a health crisis in American households thousands of miles away. In Colorado, disease spread is complicated by institutional secrecy. A confirmed tuberculosis outbreak is currently active inside the ICE processing center in Aurora. Despite the public health risk, the GEO Group, the private company running the facility, has been accused of blocking local health officials from Adams County from conducting a full investigation. Governor Jared Polis issued a sharp condemnation of the company's actions, demanding that they grant state health workers immediate access to provide testing and prevent the disease from spreading into the surrounding community. When corporate interests are able to stonewall local health authorities, it creates a blind spot in our public safety network. A manageable institutional issue is transformed into a broad community vulnerability. These national and institutional threats can feel distant until the high country faces a direct physical danger. Right now, wildfires are the most immediate threat to the Eagle Valley. The Aspen Acres fire surpassed 100,000 acres, while Gold Mountain and Fishhook fires remain active in Routt National Forest, outpacing containment efforts. Compounding this danger, frequent lightning strikes across dry terrain have ignited new blazes, preventing crews from establishing reliable fire lines. Global tensions and national politics provide context, but they do not protect your home. When the environment begins to burn, hyper-local situational awareness becomes the most important tool you have. To manage this risk, Stage 2 fire restrictions are now in effect across Eagle County. This means a total ban on all open campfires, residential burn barrels, and outdoor agricultural burning. Looking ahead, homeowners should note that the deadline for local heat pump rebates is approaching. Filing your claims now is the only way to ensure you receive the economic benefit of these energy upgrades. Our mission at Vail EchoChat is to filter through the noise of national and global disruptions to bring you the news that directly impacts the Eagle Valley. To see the full fire maps, rebate schedules, and health reports, scan the code on your screen or visit us at vailychat.web.app.